I'll never look at a motorway jam the same way after learning this. When you're stuck behind a wall of lorries, it's easy to forget just how much the UK relies on its trucking industry to keep shelves stocked and businesses running. But right now, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than meets the eye. The UK truck industry is shifting gears, and it's not what you'd expect. For decades, these trucks have been the backbone of British logistics, moving everything from food to furniture across the country. But lately, the road ahead is looking a lot less smooth. Let's break it down. So, here's the headline. New heavy truck registrations in the UK dropped 2.7% in 2024, the first dip in 3 years. That might sound like a small number, but for an industry that's been growing since the pandemic, it's a big red flag. Fewer new trucks on the road means companies are holding back on investment, worried about what's coming next. Articulated trucks, those big lorries you see hauling massive loads up and down the motorways, fell by over 12%. That's a huge drop, and it's got ripple effects across the supply chain, especially for industries that depend on moving large quantities of goods quickly and efficiently. But rigid trucks, they're actually up 6%. These are the smaller, more versatile vehicles you see weaving through city streets, making local deliveries. It's a sign that while long-haul transport is struggling, local and regional delivery is still in demand, maybe even growing as online shopping and home deliveries become the norm. Still, the growth streak we saw after COVID, that's definitely slowing. The post-pandemic boom, when companies rushed to restock and rebuild, is fading. Now uncertainty is creeping in, and the industry is feeling the pressure from all sides. What's behind it? For one, driver shortages. The industry has been sounding the alarm for years, but now it's reaching crisis levels. There simply aren't enough qualified drivers to fill the cabs, and the ones who are left are stretched thin. Brexit sent thousands of EU drivers packing, and COVID put the brakes on training and tests. The result, a shrinking pool of drivers, with fewer new recruits coming in to replace those who retire or leave the industry. Training centres are struggling to catch up, and the backlog is only getting worse. Fewer drivers means higher wages, slower deliveries, and more headaches for haulage companies. Businesses are forced to compete for a limited workforce, driving up costs and making it harder to keep up with demand. Customers feel the impact, too, with longer wait times and higher prices for goods. Brexit also brought a whole load of new paperwork and border queues. Every cross-border delivery now comes with extra forms, inspections and delays, making international haulage more complicated and expensive than ever before. More delays, higher costs and cross-border runs are now a logistical nightmare. What used to be a routine trip to Europe can now mean hours, sometimes days, stuck at the border, with perishable goods at risk and delivery schedules thrown out the window. And while the world's talking green electric trucks in the UK, still just 0.5% of the market. The push for cleaner transport is real, but the infrastructure just isn't there yet. Charging stations are few and far between, and the upfront cost of electric lorries is still out of reach for many small operators. Demand's stuck in neutral. Operators want to go green, but the technology and support just aren't keeping pace with the ambition. Until there's a real breakthrough, diesel will remain king of the road. Bottom line, nearly twice as many transport firms are going bust compared to 2021. Rising costs, shrinking margins, and relentless pressure are forcing many long-standing businesses to close their doors for good. Costs up, profits down, and companies struggling to keep their wheels turning. It's a tough climate, and even the most experienced operators are feeling the strain. Every penny counts, and there's little room for error. The UK truck industry's got a bumpy road ahead, but it's not the end of the journey. Innovation, resilience, and a bit of British grit have kept this industry rolling through tough times before. With the right support and some smart changes, there's hope that the wheels will keep turning for years to come. Like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts below. Cheers for watching, and drive safe. And if you've got a story from the road, we'd love to hear it. Until next time, keep on trucking.